Hey y'all, I am so excited to pop on here tonight. Hopefully some of you can join me. I wanted to, let's get rid of that because you don't care about that. This has been, okay, let's just back this whole soul train up. So if you haven't gotten my emails or haven't been checking me out on Instagram, stuff like that, sorry, my cat's like running around. I have been home lately, which has been great, right? I've been home lately. I just officially moved back. Mia, stop scratching my desk. I hate that the cat does that, which is why there's clothes everywhere, because I literally just moved home and haven't had a chance to sort of unpack yet and things like that. So, and I'm still driving up to Philly one day. I'm driving up Wednesdays, coming home Thursdays. So, it's really hectic. There's a huge reason why I came home, and if you're on my email list, you know that reason, and trust me, I will share that reason with you guys momentarily. Eventually I will tell you why I'm home. So, anyway, I go up to the city one day a week, and what happens when I go up to the city is I stay with a friend. I'm like throwing it away. I stay with a friend one day a week, and I differ which friend I stay with, so that way I'm not burdensome on their life, because that's never my intention. So anyway, so I'm staying with a friend one day a week, and so this morning I wake up, and my friend's 6-year-old was just kind of staring at me, and it was so cute. She was just like, "Good morning, I would love to snuggle you," which is so cute. So she had crawled onto the couch with me. We snuggled for a little bit. And then she watched me get ready, and she had questions about different body parts and things like that. It was fine. But then, so I'm getting ready to leave, and so I was packing my stuff, and I had my scriptures, right, which I have right here, my big thing of scriptures. So I was packing them because every Thursday night now that I'm home, I've been going to a scripture study, and so which I used to do before I moved. And so I've been going to that again, which has been so great. But anyway, so I'm packing all this stuff up, and my friend's daughter says to me, she was like, "Miss Ashley, I wish that I could live with, or mommy could love me forever." And I was like, "She can, you silly. She can." And she was like, "No, but what happens when we die and then we're alone and you turn into dust?" And I was like, "That's not right." I was like, "That's not what happens when you die, silly." And I was like, "And you go to Catholic school, so I know that's not what they're teaching you at Catholic school." I was like, "Don't you think you're going to go to heaven and get to be with them?" And she was like, "I don't know." So, and then she started asking me. So then I told her families are eternal, right? That's right. There's plenty of scriptures that says what God has put together, let no man, tear apart, and I think it's asunder or something that he says. Sorry, I need to hydrate. So anyway, so we're talking about eternal families. I'm having this conversation at 8 a.m. with a 6-year-old, and she was like, "Well, where did you learn this? Where did you learn it?" And I was like, "From the scriptures." And she was like, "Well, I don't have any of my own. Only her big brother has some." And I was like, "Okay, well, do you want some? Do you want some? Do you want to learn? Or was this a one-time question you had?" And she was like, "No, no, no. I wanna learn." I was like, "Okay." So then, of course, I texted her mom, and I was like, "This is what she asked for. Is it okay to get her?" And she was like, "Yes, of course. I get that for her." But being home, so before I moved to Pennsylvania, I was really, really active with my faith. Really active. I had the missionaries over all the time. We had investigators over all the time. I was at church, I was volunteering, and even when I first moved to Pennsylvania, right? I had investigators over again all the time. I had we did family home evenings. I had 3 callings in the church. We were active. We were active members. And then things kind of went awry. Oh, not in my hair. Things kind of went awry, and we weren't so active anymore. And that has been really challenging. And what I found was that the further away we got, the less I was like holding on to like my principles, and I like found myself doing things that I hadn't done in years, and I just didn't really like what was happening. And right before I moved back down, it was actually really funny because I don't drink, and I don't like, I just don't do those things, and I don't usually do coffee or any of those things. And so one of my girlfriends, actually right before I moved, I stopped drinking with them, and she was like, I think it's really cool that you like don't drink with us, like you're just as fun and things when you're drinking a Red Bull and cranberry juice. Like, I think it's great that you like don't feel obligated to like drink with us and stuff. And then like yesterday morning, or yesterday, my friend was like, that I stayed with, she was like, oh, I have a coffee pot, like if you need it in the morning. And I was like, no, I'm good. I'm going to go to Starbucks and get my raspberry hot chocolate and call that a day. So that's what I did this morning, and it was great. And I've gotten through the whole day. I mean, I'm a little tired now at 9:30, and this is caffeinated. It's like 5-hour-old cherry Coke, so that's gross. So anyway, I've obviously gotten through the day and things, and I came home today at 5:30. I changed really fast, went right to Bible study, got home around like 8-ish, 8:30 maybe. Yeah, I got home like 8:30, had dinner, and now I'm like sitting down to do things. So anyway, so I wanted to talk about this whole principle of eternity, because I think this totally applies to the discussion we had tonight and the conversation I had with my friend's daughter this morning, and just kind of where things have been going. So basically, during tonight's study, we were reading these verses about how, about wars and things, and how the one side always relied on God during this time, and they were triumphant. And then they had this time of peace, and it was like 22 years of peace, and then another war came, and they relied on God, and they were triumphant again. And what I found was so interesting too is they were talking about how this other group had like deep hatred for the other one, and they didn't even know why. Like they hadn't like experienced it firsthand. So backstory. So these two groups of people stem from like one family, and one brother, hated the other brother. And so then his whole, line, brother A, hated all of brother B's line. And so basically these two groups that are, basically related hate each other with every fiber of their being. And they've hated each other for like centuries. So this war came around, and they were talking about like brother A's family, just how wrong they had been forever, and how awful these other people are. And it got me thinking, like, how often do we kind of take on that mentality of like, we were wronged? And one of the missionaries said something tonight that I thought was great. She said, are you acted upon, or are you acting out? And so when you're acted upon, that is when you are bitter and angry and frustrated. But when you're acting out, that is when you are working on self-growth and forgiveness and all of those things. And so I was like, oh, that's a really good point. And so back to this whole concept of eternity with my friend's daughter tonight. So we were talking about eternity and how you like have eternity to grow and change and all these things. And so being home, that is what I've been doing so much. So I'm just going to show you what I've been doing literally the whole time I've been home. So I have my scriptures. They're right here next to me. I have my little like study guide that I'm like doing. And then I have, are you ready? This is seriously what they were all on my desk when I moved them. Like, here's another one. And then like gospel principles, just like going through those again, just like really trying to realign myself. I'm going to save this one. This is actually my favorite. She's Still There. Guys, this book, okay, so this book is about rescuing the girl within, and I seriously highly recommend it. Like, she does talk about scripture and stuff, and like, but I think you could read it if you're not like a Christian or something, because it's literally just about figuring out who you are and like remembering those things that like brought you joy. That's what that book's all about, and I'm obsessed with it. It's wonderful. Girl Defined. I'm really obsessed with these girls now, Kristen Clark and Bethany Bayard. I don't know how to say her last name, but they have a YouTube channel, and they are phenomenal. Like, I love them. I listen to them every night before I fall asleep. I like put one of their series on, but I'm like going through their book right now. And then I just bought, because I gave my copy away, but look, I haven't even opened it yet. Like, it just came, so I'm really excited about that. And these are like, this book's also phenomenal. Like, I've already read it, but I'm going to read it again. Oh, yeah. Okay. So, it is this book, Grace Not Perfection, which is something I'm always working on because I am a hardcore perfectionist. That's always something I'm working on, is not being a perfectionist. So, basically, the whole point of tonight is to just encourage you to really figure out who you are and what your core values are, and like really like question why those are your values. And like if you have questions, like find out the answers that you need. And then also, like, you have a lifetime to grow and change and to prosper. And so I really like encourage you to use every minute. Don't think you're too old or something is too far gone to progress in this life, because you're never too far from just growing and changing, and you have eternity to do that. And so that is my quick little 15-minute message for you tonight. I hope you guys have a beautiful Thursday night. I am going to go work on some more personal development tonight. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing, and I will talk to you so soon. Good night.